Hello there, and welcome back to another video.
Commander Rex, you're in violation of Order 66.
Now, obviously, in recent days, the the Acolyte has been cancelled. Season 2, any future of the Acolyte being a thing, has been cancelled. And while this news was breaking, I was banned from my Instagram. I got a 3-day ban, I think. Apparently, my video of Ewan McGregor talking about him using the Force at sliding doors, at automatic doors, got copyrighted. So yeah, rip Commander Jesse for a couple of days. But anyway, we're back. So I couldn't really do much on Instagram, but I was still getting notifications, and I noticed one of my reaction videos to a specific part of the season finale was getting a bit more traction, purely, obviously, because of the news and everything that was going on with the Acolyte. So I decided I might do a little bit of a reaction video. So we're going to go through your comments today. It's got a few comments. It has almost 2,800 comments. So there's a few. There's a few to go through. So we'll go through some and just react, because I've been through like a small portion of them when I first dropped the video, which was whenever the season finale came out. But since then, I have not really looked at the comments a lot, because some were quite heinous. So I just started to ignore the video altogether. But we'll go through, pick the ones that I'm actually able to respond to, and yeah, see what you guys are saying. See what you guys are saying, because there's gonna be some guys that absolutely hate me and whatever. Anyway, the clip, we'll just get into it. We'll just get into it. Anyway, so this is the clip. It's obviously of Osha and that the scene where Osha bleeds the Kyber crystal. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I did a video, my last video actually, that I uploaded to this channel before my little ban was about this. So we'll go through what you guys are saying, and yeah. But we can see top comment here, almost 19,000 likes, and people still defend this humongous shit show. Look, if people like this show, that's fine. I've got no problem with people liking this show. There's, obviously a ton of Star Wars out there. There's obviously going to be parts that people don't like. I just did not agree with a lot of this show. I also did misspeak slightly, because obviously this is just like a reaction. I said Vader was the epitome of the dark side. I didn't really mean epitome. What I meant was his connection with the dark side was so strong, it was literally what was keeping him alive. That's more what I was going for. I didn't word it quite correctly. Crimea River, OMG. Vader had an actual reason he took a minute. You want to go ahead and hate, but Jesus, pick a good reason to. I thought this was a pretty good reason to. Also, no, not many people know how long it took Vader, and you clearly don't remember how Vader was being caught by the light side within him as he did it. She never had the light side. Also, other characters have done it faster. People love the Fallen Order and Survivor games, but I think it was Survivor, where Dargan also bled his crystal in a matter of minutes because of his rage and feeling betrayed by the light side. I'm not saying this show is amazing writing, but y'all seem to hate it for all the wrong reasons. I don't know, man. I thought this was a pretty good reason. I did a video on it. Yeah, I don't know. Bunch of Reddit Star Wars fans making it impossible for new content to come out without nitpicking it. I know, this is a pretty big plot twist. This is a pretty like key point in the story. Do I look like a Reddit user though? I look like a Reddit user. I probably do, actually, sitting here with a hood on and my glasses on. I probably do look like a Reddit user. Stay mad. Getting a season 2 if you keep posting about it. Well, I posted about it. What happened, Jake? There's some comments that have gotten an insane amount of replies as well. I don't even think I want to go through them, because especially this one, I keep seeing this guy pop up in my notifications. I think he's just been having beef with everyone in the replies. This happens in Jedi Survivor and none of y'all said shit, fake fans, because the way it happened in Jedi Survivor actually somewhat stuck to the lore of how it's happened previously with Vader and Solo. Man, some Star Wars fans are truly begging to complain. You're right. I do just love to complain. I think I actually replied to this lady. I think I replied. Yeah, Anakin, the chosen one who literally trained to be a Jedi Master while denied due to his split emotions, would obviously have a harder time bleeding his crystal as he watches his wife and the love of his life carrying his children hurt by his own hand, while battling his master who was basically family to him, his brother, while he watches everything around him change and die due to his inability to control his emotions as he was taught. I was like, yeah, that's not even what I was referencing, but This guy, I did reply to this guy. The crystal will resist if you aren't 100% into it. Vader was still very much conflicted when he attempted to bleed the crystal. His emotions were all over the place. Osha didn't seem wavering in the slightest. Okay, well, it's not like she broke down or anything after doing it. But anyway, we move. Cry. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will have a cry, Flabjan. Maybe I will have a cry. Yeah, see, I this is the shit I hate. This is the stuff I absolutely hate, is when people try to bring this crap up. Let's be real, if a male character did it, you would be cheering. I don't care if it's a woman, a male, an alien, I don't care. I just wanted it to match up with, you know, what we've gotten in the past, you know? And this one was just... I did a video on it, like, breaking it down. This is the 4th time we've seen it, either, you know, in picture form. This is the 4th time we've seen it pretty well, whether it be in a game, in a comic book, or in a show. And yeah, this just does not match up at all with the previous 3 examples. How fucking soft are you? Triggered because something didn't happen the way you wanted it to is cringe. The Acolyte was great, and I've been a Star Wars fan my entire life, but these are the same people that thought Andor was a fucking masterpiece instead of boring, pointless dribble with a couple feel-good monologues. I didn't like Andor either, so I don't know what you're getting at. Oh yeah, no, I did reply to this guy too. Apparently, this is now a personality trait of mine, not liking it. Yeah, see, this is sort of the stuff I'm trying to promote though as well. So obviously, I'm not a fan of the scene, but this guy thought it was cool. That's awesome. And like I said here, you are absolutely entitled to your opinion, mate. If you liked it, I love that for you. I thought it looked cool. Visually, it looked cool. It's just the whole lore behind it just made absolutely no sense. God, Star Wars fans, there was a lot of comments like this, like no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. God, Star Wars fans are such babies about this show. No, we just want to see the franchise do well. Unfortunately for a lot of us, this series didn't resonate for a variety of reasons. If you liked it, I'm happy for you, mate. I wish I did too. But don't go labeling us as babies for having valid criticisms of this show. I get some people actually did do this, like just write the show off before it even started. I was not one of them. I know a lot of people that were in the same boat as me. That's not canon and never was. Okay. Have you ever considered you're all incredibly sad people? Brother, yes I have. I sit at a computer making Star Wars videos. I'm a sad person. Not until you mentioned it. I'm going to go home and rethink my life. That's like, whenever you get dudes like this in the comment section, I've got no other option but to have fun with it, because it's just it honestly makes me laugh. It is, yeah. That's actually one of the pluses of like being a content creator, because you get comments like that and it's just incredibly funny. I wouldn't call this a minute detail though. That's the thing. Like, this is quite, it's a big detail. And then some people kept saying that the comics weren't canon, which is just false. I don't know where they were getting their information from. So yeah, it went from them being not canon to just only hardcore fans read them. I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know what the percentage would be of people that know what the comics are versus people who don't. See, if this had a novelization, it would probably go into depth how her mind which bled it. So keep yapping. There's always an obvious explanation. This I had a reply for. I remember this comment because I said, I'll entertain this for 2 seconds. Hypothetically, if there was a novelization, that doesn't mean whatever explanation they'd offer would make sense. In the Force Awakens novelization, they try to explain how Rey was all of a sudden aware of using the Force and being able to use a mind trick. They said she effectively downloaded the information from Kylo Ren when he tried to see inside her head, and she resisted. Novelization can definitely be a good thing, and I genuinely am a fan of a lot of the Star Wars books. Like, they give some awesome context and fill some great gaps there. But yeah, it's not always the case. I loved this one because this guy said Vader had trouble bleeding because he was literally still conflicted. Bro, are Star Wars fans allergic to reading, or do you only pull information from YouTube? I literally made a YouTube video about it, so yeah, there you go. She didn't focus because you don't think she did. Can someone tell me where she did, though? Are you being willfully ignorant to get followers? If so, good for you. I don't feel the need to argue with you about it. Get your money up, King. I have not earned a cent from any of this stuff I've done, and I wouldn't say I love all my followers. I wouldn't say I've got like an insane amount of followers, but whoop, that fell down. Like the Acolyte. Dude is literally upset Vader isn't evil enough as he isn't the chosen one. I didn't understand that because Vader is the chosen one. Just shut up. No, thank you. So he called me a clown. I'm just gonna have fun with it, dude. Like, yeah, I don't really know how else to reply, but just take the absolute piss out of it. And yeah, I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, then Dude, in some of these reels I've uploaded, like with me reacting to stuff, my accent has gotten shredded. I don't think I've even got that much of an accent. Like, especially compared to some like some of my mates and that. I wouldn't say I've got that much of like a strong Aussie accent. Apparently I do. I didn't know how to respond to any of this, man. Yeah, I didn't know how to respond at all. If anyone's got an idea, let me know. I'll go back 5 weeks later. I won't. Vader murders children, finds it hard to bleed a kyber crystal. Osha is really mad at someone and bleeds hers. What a joke. I did see a lot of people, I know, I'm not saying this guy is saying it, but I did see a lot of people say, you know, this is stupid. Why didn't Anakin bleed his in Revenge of the Sith? Two main reasons. One, kyber crystal bleeding wasn't even a concept back then. This is only a Disney thing. Back then, in the George Lucas making era of Star Wars, the Sith would get artificial or synthetic kyber crystals and make them red. And the second reason would be, if it was a thing back then, the whole thing with kyber crystal bleeding is you got to be in contact with it. And obviously, Anakin was never hand-on-hand in contact with the kyber crystal. It was only him holding the saber. The crystal has to be exposed. And that was it. That was my other problem with it. The way they got to the point of having the kyber crystal exposed was just having the saber get tossed into a rock. Like, what's the point of that? We've seen, like, Obi-Wan's saber falling from a million stories up on Utapau and it survived. And this one just hit the edge of a rock from a couple meters away and just chipped. Yeah, see comments like this. Nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. I don't know, man. I just want them to... I just want one nice story that's uniform, for lack of a better word. You know, just everyone's on the same page, sort of thing. Like, bring your own twist to it, all that, sure, go for it. But, you know, her acting is really, really bad, but her physical acting is even worse. Her poses, the way she moves, it is so forced and so weird. I'm never going to have a crack at anyone's acting. I'm always looking at the writing and directing of the shows. I'm never going to have a crack at the actors, because I'm always of the belief the actors are doing the best of their abilities. And that's the other thing. You don't know how they've been directed to act in that scene. So I'm never going to have a crack at the actors. And Amandla is obviously like a big Star Wars fan. Like, she dressed up as Padme for Celebration a couple years ago. Yeah, she's obviously been involved with the franchise for quite a long time as a fan. So never going to bash any of the actors that join our galaxy far, far away. Why is it so hard for people to just enjoy what you're watching instead of finding everything wrong with it? I had no problems with Acolyte, enjoyed it for what it was. Because of all this unnecessary hate, we probably won't get season 2, and that means we will never get to see Darth Plagueis in live action again. Well, the dude called it. He only posted this a week ago, so... Or because you all want to hate on shit just because you can. I'm not hating on it because I can. I don't want to hate on it. I said it the whole time the series was on. I want it to do well, but if I see shit that I don't like, I'm allowed to point it out. And I wouldn't say this is like a minute detail or just like nitpicking for the sake of it. I get that Vader couldn't bleed his kyber crystal easily, and that contradicts a lot of things, but did you ever think that maybe they just didn't think of it at the time? What? Maybe they thought the idea of having someone bleed the crystal in real time like that would be cool to see, and they brought it to life in an incredible scene. All you can do is hate on it, even though they just wanted to add something interesting to the story. They could have still brought it to the story, but just do it in a better way that lines up with the lore. Even if you agree with her bleeding the crystal, which is fine, the crystal itself, like, there has to be like an energy explosion of some sort. As we've seen, like in Survivor, Cow goes flying, Vader gets like thrown around, and Ben Solo, yeah, like there's a huge burst of energy that comes out of the Knights of Ren ship he's on when he does it. Just enjoy it instead of ruining the potential for everyone who actually liked it. This is another comment. Those sort of comments really bug me, because I'm not being a racist, a misogynist, a phobe, any sort of phobe. So it's not like I'm actively ruining it for anyone. I've never understood that sort of comment. If you like it, then like it. I don't understand how other people not liking it affects you liking it. It's always been a confusing concept to me. How does that work? If you like a show, just like it. I have no idea what's going on here, but that's bullshit she can do that. Vader didn't bleed his on screen. If it's not on screen, then we don't know how exactly it happened. For all you know, Vader bled his immediately. Well, not quite. I mean, you can get a pretty good idea of it from the comic, but I'm assuming you might not have read it due to that comment. Why can't anyone be as strong or stronger than Vader? Okay, no words. I'm not saying nobody is stronger than him either. Also, I do want to point out, earlier when it first, I think episode 3, when they had the throwbacks, the flashback sequence or the episode, and it gets revealed they were born of the Force or whatever, and everyone started losing their minds that, oh my god, they're trying to overtake Anakin. Leslie actually came out in an interview and said, obviously she's not going to be as strong as Anakin. So I mean, there's your answer right there. But if you want to know why, I don't know. He's the chosen one, maybe. Maybe, you know. Y'all are really ignorant and know nothing of Darth Vader. I'd argue I know a lot about Darth Vader. Vader's eyes didn't even turn yellow till after he was abandoned by Obi-Wan. Wow. Vader didn't do anything out of hate or rage. He did everything because he was manipulated and wanted to save his love, so of course he can bleed a damn crystal. You online fans need to educate yourself. Wait, what? I'm not complaining he can bleed the crystal, though. I don't know if... Is he having a crack at me or is he having a crack at other people? I don't actually know. You online fans need to educate yourself and stop throwing so much hate at Disney. By the way, I do absolutely hate the director of The Acolyte, but the show itself has a lot of lore and factual elements that true Star Wars fans can see and can't deny. I said this on stream a couple times. I appreciated Leslie bringing in aspects from Legends and things like Cortosis and stuff like that. I thought that was quite cool. I just think the mark was like severely missed in this one. That's all. See this comment, they all had direct contact with it against their skin, so I don't really understand that either. It was broken, so it made it easier. Well, everyone that's bled it so far has had the Kyber crystal against their skin, so I mean that doesn't really change anything. My question, why are you even watching? Because I want it to do well. I'm not watching to just actively hate on it. I saw quite a few people post this gif. That's not how the Force works. Yeah, see, these are the sort of comments I'm talking about where, like, it just doesn't make sense. Led the crystal to not even her own lightsaber, and did it in the matter of seconds. Meanwhile, Anakin cut off Windu's arm, killed a bunch of Jedi younglings and multiple other Jedi, then went to Mustafar and destroyed a bunch of separatists, force-choked his wife, and tried to kill his best friend / master. Yet his lightsaber stayed blue through all of that, and it was still a process after to even bleed his Kyber crystal. Disney sucks and doesn't use their brains. That's the whole thing I was talking about. So, like, obviously it wasn't a concept when Revenge of the Sith was made, and second of all, the Kyber crystal was never in direct contact with Anakin, so that's fine. Like, I don't have an issue at all with that. Buddy is complaining but doesn't know the lore. What lore? I've explained the lore. I think I just accidentally clicked off. But like those are sort of like the general comments anyway I'm getting. But yeah, so that's pretty well what we're looking at in terms of the comments. I thought I just wanted to get a quick reaction out. React to some of those comments because I noticed the comments had sort of gone through the roof a little bit since the Acolyte got cancelled. And I suppose just give my own thoughts on it as well because I haven't really been active while my Instagram was banned and all that. The Acolyte getting cancelled, I don't know if it was a huge surprise or not. I think in the back of my mind, I always thought it might get a season 2 because I did see a lot of support for it. But yeah, it would have been, I would have been interested to see where they'd take it because obviously a lot of the characters are dead. I really missed, because we were promised a show really diving into the Sith and we really did not get a lot of that, I feel. I feel for the actors though, especially the ones that you can just tell put in a lot of training. Like Daphne Keane as Jackie was unreal. Her use of the 2 sabers was elite. You can tell she put a shit ton of time and effort into it. Manny Jacinto, another one, Unreal Saber training, and then obviously Master Soul, lovely character. Was unreal. So that as bad as it was for me, and as much as I didn't enjoy it, there was still a couple silver linings with those 3 sort of leading it, and obviously Darth Plagueis being there was kind of cool as well. In the long run, it will probably be a good decision, I think. But yeah, Disney obviously have a bit of work to do because obviously the merch also got taken out of the store as well, so it's almost non-existent. The speculation it might get the Willow treatment of just getting completely removed. That's a bit of a stretch for me, just because. Obviously, a lot of people have seen it. It's a part of Disney. It's a part of Star Wars canon now. It's a part of Star Wars canon. So I always find it hard to see how they'd remove that. Especially there's also 2 novelizations coming out that got announced a month or so ago. So yeah, I know it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. But yeah, I think Disney really need to reset with the whole Star Wars thing. They're in a tough spot because like they've obviously done it to themselves, but I think what we really need right now is Mando. We need we need John and Dave to give us something, because when those two join forces, that's the most united you'll get the Star Wars fan base at the moment. Yeah, so yeah, we need something like that. Star Wars Animation's always a hit as well. I think the worst reception, we'll call it, that I've seen to a Star Wars animated project in recent times was probably, Tales of the Empire. It wasn't even like a bad reception. It was more of just like a bit of a lackluster one. Like the stories were there, but it just wasn't ones we asked for. If you get what I'm saying, Dave and John will be the ones to save us. I'm really looking forward to the whole Mandoverse stuff. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of hype around Skeleton Crew. I'm interested in it for the time period, but that trailer didn't really do much for me. If anything, it sort of put me off a little bit. I don't know, it just felt a bit odd. Like seeing that sort of suburb in Star Wars was just odd to me. But I'll always give it a chance. You never know. I might be happily surprised. Also, for you guys that weren't in the stream, how good's this helmet? Commander Jesse finally has a Commander Jesse helmet. My mate has been getting into 3D printing a lot lately. So he wanted to do a clone helmet, so we got the Commander Jesse helmet done. And he's painted it and everything. He's done a very good job. Weathered it, everything. Did a very good job. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below of the Acolyte getting cancelled. As much as I didn't like it, and I know a lot of other people who didn't like it, I know there was quite a few fans of the series as well. So obviously, not good news for them. But yeah, all I want to see is, good discussion about it, peaceful discussion, respectful discussion, because obviously there's a lot of different angles, a lot of different sides to take. But yeah, no matter how you feel about it, just be respectful in your conversation about it is all you need to do. But yeah, so I think that's me done. I think we can pretty well close the chapter on the Acolyte now. Leave it in the past. I just wanted to sort of touch on it getting cancelled. And I thought reacting to one of my videos on the season finale was a nice little segue into that. But yeah, until we'll get back to the good old Skywalker saga stuff. And yeah, until next time, may the Force be with you always.